Get ready to hear about the deals from our sponsors. This episode of Earn Your Happy is sponsored in part by Saley, El Nutra, LinkedIn, Talent Solutions, OpenPhone, and Shopify, and we have got awesome deals for you. Saley is saving on eSIMs even more. Get a global or a regional plan and travel with the same eSIM. Get an exclusive 15% off discount on Saley eSIM data plans. Go to saley.com/happy. Download the Saley app and use code HAPPY at the checkout plan. El Nutra, kickstart a health plan that truly works. Get 15% off site-wide plus a $40 bonus gift with a subscription to the 5-day nutrition program. Claim your offer now at prolonlife.com/happy. LinkedIn Talent Solutions. Find out why more than 2.5 million small businesses use LinkedIn for hiring today. Find your next great hire on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/qualified free. Terms and conditions apply. And OpenPhone. OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system and builds stronger customer relationships and respond faster with shared numbers, AI, and automation. Get 20% off for your first 6 months when you go to openphone.com/earn. And finally, Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you grow your business. Sign up for $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/happy.
The biggest piece of manifesting something is to feel certain, like you already have it. You have to surround yourself with people who are certain and who have done it before, because it's contagious. The second that you meet someone who came from a similar background as you, all of a sudden it becomes possible.
And we're back
with another episode of He Said, She Said.
And we're really back from the first couple of days after the Elite Entrepreneur Mastermind. In the first year that you were side by side officially running it with me, I told you it was freaking fun, wasn't it?
It was literally like one of the most fun things that I've gotten to do, truly. And I really, really mean that. Like, the days flew by, the people were next level. And that's true. You know, you've done this for how many years now?
8 years.
8 years. And I feel like you laid such a beautiful foundation, obviously, in everything that you know, what works really well in curating the room and curating that connection and curating vulnerability. So I feel like I got really lucky to kind of walk into this year. You know, you and I have done something similar to this in Fast Foundations, but this just felt so next level to me. And the people that were in that room, like, honestly, these are all people that I would love to spend time with.
I love that you brought up Fast Foundation. So some of you listening probably remember 4 years ago, we actually sold a mastermind called Fast Foundations. So that means we haven't done that in over 4 years. And that was aimed at the, call it 50,000 to 500,000 business revenue group. Because the one that we just got done running this week, that was for businesses that have to be over $500,000 in annual earnings. Most are 7 and 8 figures. And for 4 years, we've had this great big gap. Like, everyone asks us, hey, I make 100 grand right now. I make 50 grand right now. I make 250 right now. What can I be in? How can you help me? And we didn't have anything for it. And for 4 years, we've been hearing that. And so we have the best announcement freaking ever. And it is this: we are bringing back the best, the greatest mentorship business mastermind. We're actually calling it the Mentorship Collective Mastermind that you will ever experience in your life for businesses that are $50,000 to $500,000 in annual revenue. Now, it's not open yet. You got to get on the wait list, because here's the best part about it. We have hired coaches, like a social media coach and a marketing coach, somebody that can help you with legal, someone that can help you with hiring and ops and all these things. And we're paying them salaries to be accessible to you. You get unlimited one-on-one coaching with them. It's going to be through Loom. You send them a video question. They send you answers back. And you can go back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. You're not going to want for anything in this at all. On top of that, there's a weekly call. Lori and I are leading half of the calls with answering questions about your business. Like, seriously, even though we've been out of that genre for 4 years, it's because we have spent almost that long saying what would the perfect program ever be. So if you didn't qualify to be in the room that we just wrapped up this week, then you absolutely want to jump on one of those waitlist spots for the new program that we have. So go to chrisharder.me/waitlist. Seriously, hit pause right now. Go to chrisharder.me, that's .me/waitlist. Get on the waitlist because we can only take so many people because we only have just so many coaches.
When we were thinking of creating this, we wrote out all of the things and reasons why people get stuck. You're frustrated. You think you're not smart enough. You think you need a big team. You have no idea what direction to go. You're not clear on your niche. You're afraid of legal stuff to get started. You don't know who to ask. You're afraid of losing money because you're going to hire the wrong teams. You guys, the list literally goes on and on. You don't have the support of your friends, your family, or your spouse. There are so many reasons. And when we wrote them all out, we made sure to account for all of them in this program. And that's truly what this is what if somebody has all of these reasons why they haven't been able to do it before and been able to do it and even have been a part of a program? What was missing in that program? What was missing were people who were specific to what you needed, who could help you get those answers that you need quickly.
It's a great segue into the show that we're doing because, we just got done with almost 50 entrepreneurs who have 7 and 8 figure businesses, spending 4 days with them, like in the trenches. And the 3 topics that kept coming up over and over is manifesting, right? The spiritual side of things, planning, like what's my actual plan to get there, and execute. Hey, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not executing for one reason or another. And that's why we titled today 3 ways to manifest, plan, and execute your best business year ever. And the first one is this. This one might surprise you. The first one is you have to curate the perfect mix of mentors and peers. Let me break that down a little bit. The reason why I say curate is this has to be intentional. Curate the perfect mix between mentors and peers. If you have all mentors telling you what to do and no peers, then you don't have anyone who's actually technically on the front lines at the same place as you, giving you real-time feedback on where exactly what they're seeing in their similar business, right? There's a difference between a mentor and a peer. A mentor probably did what you did, if you hired the right one, a few years in advance of you doing it. A peer is doing it right now. And so you can't have all mentors and no peers. It'll also feel very lonely. It just feels like kind of teachers and coaches, but nobody who truly understands in that moment what you're going through. But you also can't have the inverse. You can't have all peers and no mentors because it's kind of the blind leading the blind. You're costing yourself too much money. You're slowing yourself down because if you have all peers and no mentors, sure, they can tell you what they're encountering right now and you guys can go back and forth. Me too. How'd you solve it? Except you're all still figuring it out. So that means you're still making some expensive mistakes, and it means you're still making some wrong turns. And it means, you guys, I love the term blind leading the blind because it's not a bad term. It's an accurate description. You don't know what's ahead of you because you haven't encountered it yet. That's the blind leading the blind.
And so the mentors bring on speed and strategy. They collapse timelines. They save you money. They help you avoid big, expensive mistakes or big, expensive detours. Because, I've had so many times where I've gone to friends who are at the same level as me and I've asked for advice or like, hey, why can't I seem to get these people who want to, let's just say, sponsor my event? And the answer is, I don't know. I can't find anyone either. It's hard out there. And that's not necessarily the case at all. Maybe I'm just not knowing how to ask. Maybe I'm just not knowing who I should ask, or maybe I'm positioning my ask wrong. Maybe I'm not offering enough value. So as you can see, like, mentors are going to give you a much shorter path and an answer that is truthful from experience, not because your peers, haven't had that experience.
That's why we called it the Mentor Collective Mastermind, is because the collective part is important. And when we do these calls, we're going to be doing very intentional, collaborative activities to make sure you're meeting the other people in the program and collaborating outside of the program. There's even a software that we're going to be using to make sure that that happens and that you're able to find the most likely people that you'll connect with versus people that might be some time wasters. So we're taking the collective piece of it, that peer part of it, really, really serious, because some of the people that used to be in our old programs for $500K and under, they said, hey, I'm still making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and I can't find a program in my range that emphasizes the collaboration and connection piece. And that's one of the things that we're best at. All right. The second thing that kept being, taught and talked about in the elite level mastermind that we just wrapped up was niche down, blow up.
Okay. So the second thing is niche down, blow up. So the new Instagram algorithm literally rewards specificity. So it wants to be able to put you in a category and push you out in that way. So if you can get more niche in what you talk about, if people can land on your page and read in your bio specifically what you can help them with, this is going to be much easier for people to identify what you have to offer them and go specifically to you for that thing.
We had our buddy Brock Johnson come and teach this. And if you guys don't know Brock, you got to go follow him. He's the best Instagram teacher out there. Matter of fact, he flew from teaching at our mastermind up to San Francisco to interview the CEO and founder of Instagram, right? So that's like the level of insight he has. And he said, the new algorithm is really the TikTokification of Instagram. Meaning, if you guys have ever been on TikTok, it doesn't show you who you follow. It shows you interests that you seem to be lingering on in that moment. And you've probably noticed Instagram has started doing the same thing. You see a lot more people that you don't follow instead of people that you follow, but instead it keeps feeding you what you seem to be interested in that moment. This is really good for those of you that don't have massive followings yet, because those that have built great big followings, those great big followings are less useful than they were in the past based on the new algorithm. Those that are still trying to build a following, those that are still trying to grow in numbers, this helps you because it takes somebody with a small following and it pushes them out using this interest-based algorithm. It pushes them out to people that would have never seen them in algorithms past. So the good old days, so to speak, are coming back, but that's why you have to understand the power of niching down to blow up. It is now an interest-based algorithm. They're not going to follow somebody because they're really cool and have a really cool life. And even if they do, it's not going to show up in the feed as they're doom scrolling. Instead, if you're really good at men's fashion, Lori's like, get over here and record. I'm like, hold on, I got to watch one more video. I was watching this guy on men's fashion.
Yeah.
Right? I love men's fashion. And so it just keeps feeding me fashion expert after fashion expert after fashion expert. And I was watching all their videos. I don't follow any of these guys. And so that's what's happening right now. And that's why you have to niche down to blow up more so now than ever. This is your second chance. If you missed the first great wave back when Instagram was kind of new, this is your second chance to blow up. All right. And then the third one is manifesting when you don't feel certain.
So this is the eternal question. How do I manifest if I don't feel certain? And manifestation, the biggest piece of manifesting something is to feel certain, like you already have it.
Can I jump and explain that from layman's terms? You guys probably hear everyone's like, just manifest it. But to manifest it, you have to really feel it and see it in your mind. And you're like, yeah, I'm saying I want to make, I don't know, let's make something up, $1 million. But I can't really see myself making $1 million. So I have no certainty around it, even though I'm sitting there telling myself the dumb mantra over and over and over in my head. I'm not certain of it, but here I am saying it. And I told Lori, I'm like, how do people, like this keeps coming up. How do they manifest if the number one key to manifesting is feeling certainty if you're not certain that you can get there?
Okay, the first step, and this is one of the most important steps that you'll ever take, and it's going to probably take you the most work.
Okay, so something that Chris and I are always talking about is how to really separate our business hours from the hours that we're off. And it's a really hard thing to do when you're a business owner because your phone is where everything is operated. So you might have some downtime and you're feeling good, and all of a sudden you get something that throws you off because it's work related and you just weren't in that mode. And let me tell you, OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system that is going to help you separate your personal life from your growing business. You guys, this is so important to learn to do. And for just $15 a month, the cost of a few coffees, you get complete transparency and visibility into everything happening with your business phone number. OpenPhone works through an app on your phone or computer and integrates with HubSpot and hundreds of other systems. They use AI-powered call transcripts and summaries, so you'll have a summary of your phone call with action items as soon as you hang up. And if you miss a call, automated messages are sent directly to your customer, meaning you're never going to miss an opportunity to engage with them. They're going to feel thought about. It's affordable and easy to use, whether you're a one-person operation and need help managing calls automatically or have a large team and need better tools for efficient collaboration. OpenPhone is a no-brainer. Right now, OpenPhone is offering 20% off your first 6 months when you go to openphone.com/earn. That's OPENPHONE.com/earn for 20% off 6 months. Openphone.com/earn. And if you have existing numbers with another service, OpenPhone will port them over at no extra charge. So if you're growing a business like I am, you probably have a lot of calls booked every single month with different people learning how to grow and scale your business in different ways. And I had that call today with someone who really understands TikTok Shop. And one of the cool things that I'm so grateful for is that I went with Shopify because there's always an easy integration with any type of marketing platform that I want to use. Whether it's an affiliate software or whether it's something like TikTok Shop, Shopify easily integrates with them. So it's not a massive headache when I want to go try new things in my company. So you guys can also upgrade your business and get the same checkout that we use with Shopify. You can sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/happy. That's all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/happy to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/happy. I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite platforms because it's so easy, it's streamlined, and I actually understand it. I get excited to log into my Shopify every single day and look at all of the data on my customer and in my company. You guys go check it out.
That is to borrow belief of those around you, which means you have to surround yourself with people who are certain and who have done it before because it's contagious. The second that you meet someone who came from a similar background as you, or shares a similar trauma story or challenge story, or is like the same walk of life as you, all of a sudden it becomes possible. This has happened to me so many times. When I wanted to do a fitness competition, it seemed impossible. It seemed like something I absolutely couldn't do. I put myself into a room with at least 20 girls who had done it before. And when I left that weekend, not only did I feel like I was capable because I knew everything that was going to go with it, but I also felt so good and confident about it. And I booked my fitness competition. That's how much certainty I borrowed from these women who had done it before, and they breathed life into me.
It's the just like me syndrome, right? So right now, I don't have certainty that I could do XYZ, but if I put myself in a room or a group or something like that with people who did it, and I spend a little time with them, I realize, wait, she's just like me. He's just like me. Now that becomes certainty that because they did it and they're just like you, you can do it too.
It's the biggest hack to certainty.
So good.
The biggest hack. Okay. The next one is just micro proof. So look for all the little things that you can do that you complete in a day. There's actual like scientific data around people being happier and feeling better about their lives if you can complete tasks. And this creates wins that makes you feel more certain that you can accomplish things, that makes you feel more abundant, that makes you feel like a person who can confidently finish something. So look for micro wins throughout the day of things you're going to finish. This starts with things like completing a visualization or meditation that's 5 minutes long. This is completing a workout. You guys, working out is huge. And proving to yourself that you can stick to something, going for a walk, completing a task that you have on your list for work.
Love it. And then reverse engineer your future. This is visualizing the version of you that already did the thing. Now, this is where you're like, Chris, you just said moments ago, you can visualize all you want, but if you don't have certainty, you're not going to manifest it. But certainty comes from so many repeated visualizations that it starts to become like your truth in your head.
Like you've done it before.
That makes sense. It's the same way why professional golfers and professional sports players will do thousands of mental reps on that same hole when they're on the PGA Tour, thousands of mental reps making that turn at the racetrack. It's because it becomes as though it already happened.
So the last one is to make pressure your partner along the journey of getting to your goals, because pressure is the thing that is going to hold you accountable when you don't want to do it, which is going to be every single day, you guys. So when Chris and I put money down on a mastermind, on a program, on a commitment, on a goal, on an event, like you better believe that thing is happening. And I remember back to your first mastermind, like when you put money down on a venue, you're going to follow through and you're going to fill that thing and make sure people show up.
Find a way.
You freaking figure out a way because you put that energetic commitment down, which is cash. And let me tell you, these are all of the things that we put into the Mentor Collective program, because we know that every single one of these is required for you in order to get to your goal.
Yep. We've hired the coaches for every area of business that you could possibly need, and they'll be totally free to you in the program. That's the dopest thing ever. We have put together the weekly calls. We have gotten the software to make sure you connect with the right people. We have done everything it takes to plug every single hole that every single program in the world out there has had the other times that you've tried it. And we've taken the time to do it right this time. We're so excited about this. We're so proud of it. We're coming back to helping those with businesses between, 50 grand and 500. Heck, even if it's 25 grand and 500, just have something that's already open, obviously. But for businesses that didn't qualify to be in our room full of those 7 and 8 figure business owners, this is the program that's going to get you qualified after spending some time in it to get in that higher room.
You get 2 calls with us a month. Chris and I, we actually get to sit down, see your face, and we do group calls every other week with you guys.
Yep. Amen. And this is seriously, we've thought through everything. And you get weekly calls. Every other week is with Lori and I. The other ones are with the other experts, coaches, etc. that's in the group. I can't wait. Anyhow, get on the wait list, because obviously we can't fit everyone who's going to want to do it. If you're going to have access to coaches, go to chrisharder.me/waitlist. That is chrisharder.me/waitlist. First come, first serve on the wait list. You'll be first to hear about it in April when we actually open the doors.
Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week.